Sonia, welcome, and thank you so much for talking to me.
No problem.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. My name is Sonia Kisuka. I'm from Congo. I've been here in Buffalo almost about 13 years now. I moved here with my parents, and here I am.
Great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey here and how you ended up in Buffalo?
Okay. First, we won a Devil Lottery. It's more like, I'm not saying a game, but it's like a program where United States decided to select a couple people and provide them like the option to get a green card, so they can move here. So my mom won that option. It was selected, so we moved from Congo, Kinshasa to Buffalo. We moved straight to Buffalo, New York.
So you came straight from Kinshasa,
Yes.
let me get that right.
Yes.
Kinshasa, Congo. And that's the Democratic Republic of Congo. Have
That's
I got
correct,
that?
yes.
The Democratic Republic of Congo.
That's correct.
Got
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how was that then, from coming directly to, like, how long did it take from when your mother found out she won the lottery to getting here?
So it's like it took a year for like all the preparations because they do have some requirements. You have to make sure like you do some medical examinations. They do have some criteria, like if you don't meet that requirement, then you won't be selected. So after she found out that she was selected to be part of the program, then from there, we start making sure like we had our passport ready. We did medical examination for like entire family, and also we have to prepare to buy like a ticket. And then after, it was like 1 year preparation. It took us like 1 year to be ready to move here.
And how old were you at
I
that
was
time?
about like, I was 18, turning 19.
Okay.
Yes.
And how did you feel when you found out that your mother had gotten the lottery? How did you feel about that?
It was a tricky part because they didn't tell me. Since I was going to school, they wanted me to be focused. So they didn't tell me until like when my mom won the lottery and then they start the preparation. That was the time. Because one day I remember we went to embassy for passport. Actually, it was Minister of a stranger? Strange? I mean, if, I'm sorry, what was the name? One of the ministers where we have to go get a passport. It's a little bit different from here. So back home, we don't just go to like passport agency to get a passport. We have to go to one of the ministry that's select like who deal with all of those stuff to have a passport. So I do remember I was talking to my mom, so I asked her like, what was the reason for like the passport? And she lied to me, to be honest. Mom, sorry. But she told me, no, it's just like maybe after you graduate from your high school, maybe we can send you to different country, go continue with your university studies, all of that. I was, oh, okay, that's a good thing. That was the only thing I knew until like after graduation. That was a moment that they told me that we won the lottery, we set up everything. If by God's will, maybe before the end of the year, we'll travel to the United States. I was very excited. It was very good news. I never imagined that. I never think about it, but it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then when you got here, how was that?
It was a different feeling. A lot of things was different. Language, it was a barrier. I didn't know any English. Even though back home they do have like they do have like English classes, but to be honest, it wasn't my favorite subject. That was the only subject I was struggling because I didn't really paying a lot of attention to that. Mm-hmm. So language is one of the challenges like I have to face when I came here, and also like the water, or in general, it was different. Back home, we only have 2 seasons. We have, I can say we have fall and spring. When it's cold and when it's like a lot of rain, but we don't have snow. So that was one of the challenges too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm curious, what language I don't know whether to say language or languages. Were
We
you
do
speaking?
languages.
Yeah. So what languages were you using when you were in Kinshasa?
Okay, so in Kinshasa, we have two four national languages. I mean, we do have Swahili, we got Lingala, we have Chiluba, and we have Kikongo. But that wasn't like the language that was speaking everywhere. For everybody who went to school, we speak French.
Right.
So French was one of the main language there. So French is our language. I can
Right.
say like that.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah. And what language do you speak at home?
So I do speak French and speak Lingala as well.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm always curious about the
Yeah,
languages.
that's good.
Well, as we're talking about your cultural adjustment, I had you as a student,
Yes.
and when I knew you as a student, we would talk about soccer,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I remember learning that you had a passion for soccer, and I believe that you played
Yes.
soccer when you were in Congo, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your passion for soccer.
Okay. First of all, soccer is one of my favorite sports. I love soccer. And just growing up and doing mama by the age of 8, I was playing soccer. I started playing soccer. I was watching my cousin playing soccer, and then I fell in love with that. I started playing soccer until when I turned 17. I was playing soccer. I was playing in school also. Sometimes we have a competition outside school. So we continued playing that until when I moved to my 12th grade, which is back when we call it 6th grade. It's like 6, but it's 12 because we have a different setup. When I moved to 12th grade, that was the time my dad was like, no more soccer. He didn't want me to focus in school. Yes. So from that moment was the time that I started playing soccer. But I still watch it different competition, like Europe competition, like World Cup, all of that. I still continue watching it, but I wasn't playing it because my dad wasn't okay with that. That was the moment that I started playing soccer. But it's something I really enjoy. Mm-hmm. Yes.
The World Cup is coming here.
Yes, I know. I am planning to go.
Are you?
Yes. For now, the ticket is very expensive, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm planning to do maybe because my country also was qualified for one of the team that will be playing for the World Cup 2026. 2026, yes. So if it happens that they have to play maybe here in the United States, why not to go? Or maybe Toronto, I'll go too.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's possible your country could be playing apparently they're playing all over the U.S.
Yes,
too.
I
There's
think
a
they're
lot of
combining
locations.
with Canada as well.
Oh, yes, that's right. Of
yeah,
course
it's
they
like
are.
Mexico, United States, and Canada. It's a 3 countries that they're combining to organize the World Cup, the Cup 2026.
Right,
So yes, it will be 3 countries.
right,
So yeah,
yeah. But you haven't played soccer here.
once. That was just for fun, honestly.
Okay.
When I was working for Jericho Road, we do have I think it was a staff activity day. So we played soccer. It was doctors, nurses, even include Dr. Blake, who was the owner of the Jericho Road.
Great.
We played soccer. It was very nice.
Right,
It was a windy
right.
day, but it was very fun. Yes, I twisted my ankle, but it was good.
Oh, no.
I enjoy it. Even I had a lot of pain, but I was enjoying it.
So who won?
We won.
All right.
It was I think 4 over 2 or 3 over 1, something like that. We won, but it was good. It was for
Right.
fun. It was good.
Yeah. I have thought that sports are a wonderful way for unifying
Yes, that's true.
people. So,
That's true. Yes.
I think until I started teaching English as a second language, I didn't really have much of a knowledge or focus on soccer because it's not as big here as some of the other sports, but it's getting bigger
Yes.
here.
Hoping one day it will be more I would talk about football, America, so we can also talk about soccer here.
Right,
So,
right,
yes.
exactly. You mentioned Jericho Road.
Yes.
You worked at Jericho Road for
Yes.
a while. You want to talk a little bit about your experience at Jericho
Yes,
Road?
yes.
We both have a love. You want to talk about what Jericho road is about and what it does, and then what your role was.
Yeah, I mean, I can mention a couple points because Jericho does a lot of things, good things. The first thing is more like helping immigrants to have like give them the care that they don't get it from different organizations. They do accept patients from like all type. Like when I say it's like incomes, like no low incomes, immigrants, those who doesn't really have enough money to afford like good care, all of that. So Jericho, I mean, like I can say it's a blessing to be part of that. I worked there for 3 years. I started like a front desk, and then I worked for medical record, and then my last job there, I was working like a case manager. I was working for asylum case manager. So I had a good time there. I love the staff. Management team was great. All dogs, they're great. And also, I'm Jericho Road patient down there. I started like a Jericho Road patient.
Is that how you started?
Yes.
You were Jericho Road patient.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I started working there. So yeah,
Right.
Jericho is good.
Yeah.
I love them. I love Jericho Road. Good place.
Me too.
Yes.